Good morning guys, welcome back to the channel. Right, we are back at the garden job and it's not raining at the minute. It has been raining pretty hard, but at the minute it is beautiful sunshine. So the plan for today is Jack's lingering amongst that shrubbery somewhere. He is burying all the armoured at the minute. So for me, what I'm doing is I'm going to be getting on with the consumer unit. We're going to be splitting the tail. Sorry, it's a bit dark a second. So we've got the original house consumer unit up here. We're not touching that. We're going to put our separate board on. Like I say, if you watched the previous video, I'll put the link around here somewhere for the previous video. We're going to be bringing the putting a little garage consumer unit on up here, splitting the tails and bringing it in, because we don't really want to be getting involved in that too much as it stands right now. So that is my plan, and then failing that, once I've done that bit, is I'm then going to look at putting all the consumer unit in the summer house, which we've already got one up there, but it's not sufficient for everything that's going on. So that is the plan of action for today. So today's video is sponsored by Tradify. Tradify, for those of you who don't know what Tradify is, Tradify is a job management software basically. So we use it for all our quoting, estimating, invoicing. You can use it for payroll and all sorts of stuff. There's loads and loads of stuff that you can use it for. It's now linked to, which I think is a brilliant feature, which I've started to use more and more of. It's now linked to your Google calendars. So if I enter something, you know, so if a job comes off, I get an email notification say, yeah, that Mr. and Mrs. Smith have accepted our quote. We can then create a job for it, allocate it to staff if that's what you wanted to do, and then what you do from there is you can then schedule it into the diary. And then so for us here as a company, we've got a group, we've all got access to Google calendars, and it sends an email notification through as well to say that we've got this job for Mr. and Mrs. Smith and it's allocated to me, and this is the site address, all the details, job details, and it is brilliant. It saves so much time, it's ridiculous. And also you can set to have gentle reminders for customers who are a little bit slower in paying, should I say, which is fantastic. So it takes all the hassle away. So we tried it. I was recommended it by somebody else, another tradesman, and I tried it. 14-day trial, completely free. And then after that 14 days, to be fair, within the first sort of day or so, I was like, yeah, this is brilliant, I'm using this anyway. But if you do that, I'll put the link in the description below. Do your 14-day trial. Like I say, you've got nothing to lose. Try it out, have a little play. It works on all devices, so you can use it on your phone. I've got it on my phone, I've got it on the iPad, and also I've got it on the computer at home. So it is literally, you can use it on anything. There's no real snag to it. It works on Android as well, apparently. So that being said, try the free trial. After that, if you get on with it, which I'm guarantee that you will, if you use the promo code GHAWK50, you'll get 50% off for the next 3 months after your trial period ends. And honestly, we've used different software management programs and they're just not a patch on it. And I've been using this for a year, so it's not like I'm trying to push something on you. It genuinely, you won't regret it. So go and give them a check out. But we're just going to take you around here. Let's get back into the job. So Jack is hiding. Not living the dream. So we've got the trench done on the other previous video. So Jack is now burying that armoured. So what we've done is we've took it all the way around close to the boundary. So there's a bit there left to do. At least it's not raining. Absolutely hammering it down. So what we've done is, where we've got spike lights going on, there's loads and loads of different lighting setups. We've got post lights, we've got power going in for infrared heating and all sorts of stuff. So what we've done is we've ran it all around the perimeter, so the homeowners know exactly where it is. So it's on the perimeter, and then where we've got a spike light or something like that, it runs in a straight line back to the fence, and that is basically how we've done it. So it's an easier way for them to know roughly where the cables are once they've been buried. So this is the consumer unit in the summer house. Quite a cool little summer house, to be fair. But this is the little beauty, so we're going to be trying to change that. Now whether I get a chance to do that today is another thing, but that is not terminated correctly from memory. And also it's ran off a spur in the house, and it's, I think last time I measured it, I think it was about 45-50 metre run, and the size of cable that it is, it's just not suitable for the install, because they use there's a little heater that goes on in here, lights and all sorts of stuff, and when you do the calculations with voltage drop, it is not good enough, so it's needs to come out. So hence the reason why all this has been done. Now that is the job. I'm going to go and get set up in the garage, leave Jack to the mucky stuff, but first of all I'm going to drink my tea. Happy days. And got some ginger nuts to match Jack. Right, so I am fully charged up now. I've had my food, I'm alright. I was a bit mardy earlier on, I was a bit hungry. So, board's mounted on. I've got our MCBs in. Now this one here is for my greenhouse supply, which is not going to be connected up for now. So I'm just going to cut those off. I've got my heat shrink on ready, so I'm going to cut them off, heat shrink them up, and then just tuck them out the way, so they can't be energised or anything until I'm ready, till that's moving forward. Now, yeah, I could have put another blank in there, but I'm ready to go. So it's only going to be me coming back here anyway. So that's all sorted. So my heat shrink's on. So what I use is my soldering iron. Essentially, is what I use to actually shrink it down. And the reason why I use this rather than an actual heat gun is because I don't own one. That's it. That's as simple as that. That's the only reason. And I find, to be honest, it does the job fine for me. I used to use a gas-powered one, and I find this is actually better. So the gas-powered one, you could use it as a, you could actually use it as a blowtorch anyway, but blowtorch, heat gun, sorry, but not on this one. Right, so I'm coming out of the cave now. So out of there, that's all done. I'm just trying to find this little ginger specimen there. Look. There he is. Look. Jack, there was some random comments about what you were doing behind my back on the last video that we made. Yeah. Got any comments?
No, I don't know. I haven't read them.
You were waggling. I can only say it was the voltage indicator, and you were standing behind, waving it in a provocative way, and I didn't pick up on it. I didn't know, did I? I didn't know. So I just said that it's just showing your appreciation for me.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
That's what it was, look. So Jack was showing his love for his boss. So Jack is now basically in the trenches. So we've got our lights fitting's going to be sort of, the spark light's going to be in this sort of location to highlight that tree there. I would like to tell you I know what sort of tree it is, but I don't. It's just one with leaves, branches and a trunk.
It's a big one.
And yeah, a big one. It's a big one. It is a big one, Jack. Yeah, I like it. So Jack is now just terminating all the gland up now on there, the whisker box. How you finding it, Jack?
It's alright.
Because it's actually quite sunny now, but it was tipping it down about an hour ago.
I left my coat out.
Yeah, and Jack left his coat out on the grass over there. He left that out, so that was silly. So what I'm going to do, Jack, I'm going to go and get that spike light out of the summer house. Is that open? Yeah.
Summer house?
Yeah, that one, is it open? Or is it locked still?
No, I locked it.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to go and get the key. Yeah. So, I'm going to run and go and get the key. Right, I've got 0.33 at the light there. So spin that round. So 0.33. It's a great little summer house, this. Let's check at the light switch. Let's see what we got. Massive gaping hole at the back, that's what we've got. Let's ignore that for a minute. We can deal with that later. Uh, 0.21. So what do we put down, girls and boys? 0.33 is our highest. Where's that gone? Highest reading, isn't it? 0.33. So you always record your highest. For those Sparkies out there who do watch the channel, I apologise. I'm teaching your granny to suck eggs here. I apologise for nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because there might be someone who doesn't know. So, let's put that result in. 0.21, yeah? Hey, just checking you're watching, just checking. So insulation resistance, we're on for that, and we should have more than 1 mega ohm, but anything less than 2, if I'm right, needs further investigation. But realistically, if it is around 1 mark, you want to be doing something about it. Okay, they're all good. So, outcome of that is that those circuits are okay. I can carry on working with those. I haven't got to rewire those, so we're all good on those. So there's a lot of those on that. So we're okay. We can now rip this old supply out. That can come out the way, and we know now that the board in here, when that's ready, we can crack on and get that all sorted. So I think what we'll do now is we'll go and check up on Jack, see how he's getting on with his stuff, and make sure he's not fell asleep in the hedgerow, because you all know what youths are like, they generally drop off. So guys, I've made a bit of a plan. Doesn't normally stick to this plan, but that is what I've got in my head. So in here, I've mounted this bit of ply on across here. Now, yes, alright, mounted on combustible material and all the rest of it. The whole place is combustible, so it'll all be fire sealed and stuff like that. So we've got our original circuits here, so they're coming through. So my plan is to mount the board on like so, bring the mains armoured up and into the bottom here. Also, there is a socket which is actually where Jack's working on at the minute, which is on this post. See where Jack is there. There's a post there that's going to have a socket on it. So I think if I bring that one up into that one, straight up into it, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to then swoop the other lighting circuits down here and then loop them up, and I'm going to mount an adaptable box for the side of the consumer unit via some bushes here, and then that way I can then do all my kinetic switching in there. That's my plan. That's what I've got it in my head, but the only problem is I haven't got the adaptable box and I'm running out of time. So bit of a nuisance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get everything sorted as far as I can with terminating this board on here and get this mounted up. So we'll see where we are with that shortly. So wish me luck, because anyone knows who deals with armoured, it's a bit of a nuisance. And yes, it's not the biggest armoured in the world, so I know you big boys who mess about with massive bit of pipe. It's a problem, innit? So this is where we're at now. So the board's all mounted up. We've got all the armoured's been terminated at the bottom, which you can see there. That was a pain in the arse to get that in like that and try and keep the board as low as possible. Yeah, I could have raised that up, but I'm trying to keep it low because I want to. Obviously, it's in the little garden room, so I've still got to test the rest of these armoured. I think what I'm going to do on that is have that mounted on the side of the board into an adaptable box, and then bring the lighting armoureds up, swoop them up into my adaptable box, and then off to kinetic switching. So Jack has been a busy boy. So Jack's been getting on with all the armoured stuff out here, getting all the whisker boxes sorted. So like on this post, we've got a single socket on the back that's going to go on, and then on the front side we've got a light that shines down. So yeah, so getting there now. So Jack's already sorted this one. Like I say, we're going to gel all these up in one go. So for here now, we've got our spike light just placed in, and then we've got the other whisker box which is done. But like I say, we're going to gel them all in one go. So that light there is going to be lighting up that tree. So yeah, been a productive day. Rest of the armoured's all buried. So we've got some lights on order because I had another job go where it needs to be rewired, so I've jumped in here a little bit earlier than what I'd planned to. So that being said, we're at the end of the day. So like I say, the video is sponsored by Tradify. Go and check them out. The 14-day trial. After that, use the promo code GHawk50. You'll get 50% off. Honestly, I'm not just saying it. Even if you just try it with the 14-day trial to just see how good it is, you won't regret it, honestly. But yeah, so from us, don't forget to subscribe. Really important. And from us, we shall catch you later. See you tomorrow.